Hi everyone, welcome in once again to this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. In this week's Parshas Korach, as we've mentioned in the past, the ultimate demise of a great man, Korach, who had decided to rebel against Moses. And we have to understand that Torah's account of this rebellion and his demise. And the Netziv explains that the reason why Korach and Dasan and Aviram, who were really great people, and also the 250 people that are along with them for this battle, really had better intentions. Now, what would happen over here is that Korach had thought that something was a little strange in that Moses had kept giving out different points or different portions of leadership to his own family members. And that certainly did not seem something to him that came from Hashem. It seemed that Moshe was just using family discretion and his own will and want, whatever he wanted to do. And therefore, Korach, he knew how great of a person he was, and therefore he approached Moses in protest. The problem is that he rebelled against Moses. Who was Moses? He was the great prophet that Hashem had chosen to be his person. And Moses didn't do anything on his own. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't do anything on his own. Anything he did specifically came as instruction from Hashem. And therefore, whoever were the priests, it's because Hashem instructed so. Same thing with any of the other positions. But Korach had felt, you know who we are? We're much better at this position. We can do an even better position. And what Korach failed to understand is that if he wasn't made the priest, it was because Hashem didn't want him to be the priest. And he wasn't, as great as he was still not on that level to be the priest. And therefore the Netziv explains is that his problem was, or what he was not understanding is that he was not at the level that was required for him to be that particular leader. And we could take a lesson from this, in that sometimes what's called the chassid shaita, the pious fool. And sometimes we push ourselves ahead and we speak in front of people who are smarter than us or greater than us, or we think we should have certain positions before other people do. And that is sometimes many people's undoing and their downfall. We see this a few other times in which a similar idea had happened with Aaron's sons. They had pushed themselves forward to want to bring a sacrifice and that Hashem had not requested for them to do. And we know their demise, that they died, they passed away. And also in last week's parsha, we read about the people who, after they realized that they sinned, speaking against the land, and Hashem said, you can't go up anymore. Many people said, oh, you know what, we feel bad, let's go up. Hashem said, it's too late. You're not on that level anymore. You cannot enter the land of Israel. You have lost the merit to go in. So the lesson we learn from this is that sometimes we have to be very, very mindful of who the real leader should be, and many times take inventory on ourselves and say, it's not really me, I'm not really ready, let me train a little bit more, let me realize who's around me. Moses is still here, and as long as I have teachers that are looking out for my best, they will ultimately guide me where I should be and when I should be. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Thank you for listening.